When it comes to my visitation rights, you've been the agent that we've dealt with most. So that's why I'm telling you this. And I'm not saying it to cause problems. I'm not saying it to instigate anything. And I'm not trying to be like a jerk or anything. But I am trying to do the right thing. So that's why I'm bringing this up to you.
What happens to be the issue now, Mr. Riley?
I recently had to report the director of my son's school because she was talking, trash about my family, my ex-wife and stuff in a chat room online. But it's the things she was saying, it's pretty concerning, that my ex-wife has domestic issues at home and just my wife's overall situation. And I'm kind of feeling like, I don't know, maybe my son isn't in the best position right now.
All right, look, I'll level with...
Before you interrupt me and try to refute everything I say, I just want to point out that yes, what the director said was wrong and she shouldn't have said it in that forum. But it does raise the question whether or not my ex-wife can lead a stable home. Because some of the things that this woman said, although wrong, was on point, especially with her baby daddy having a temper and things of that nature,
Send them to me. Just email them to me, and I'll take a look. Well, I just finished taking 1 million photos of Charlotte. I finalized the travel plans for work. I'm going to be gone for 8 days, and I'm leaving tomorrow at 2.
Alright. Hope you have a safe trip.
Again, I can cancel these plans at any moment. If you don't want to watch Charlotte by yourself or you don't want me to go, are you sure you can do this? Because I know you have Junior here too. You're one person.
Even though I was married with Junior, I still pretty much raised him by myself during the newborn phase, so I'll be fine. And my mom's gonna be here, so.
Does that mean that you're letting her move back in? We're not doing the daycare?
No. I still don't want to rely on her. I'm just gonna have her help me while you're at work, that's all.
Alright, well, hopefully there's no shenanigans while I'm gone. Alright, I know this isn't really what you want to hear, but there's been things brought to our attention regarding Junior and his school, and we've been in contact with his school, and they will be giving him a social worker. Social worker may also check in on your family and stuff like that. Hey, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but that's stupid. Because Junior's 3. What is a social worker going to do with a 3-year-old? They're going to talk about my home life? My home life is fine right now. My family doesn't need a social worker. Look, you have a lot of attention on yourself from other parents and, people at the school. And Junior's father grew worried. He's worried about the domestic life of Junior. And the school has a policy when they sense trouble at home, they instill a social worker. So that's their policies. We followed up with his complaint. We told the school. And I'm sure once the social worker sees everything's okay with you guys, it won't be a weekly thing or anything like that. He was worried? Okay. I know you're supposed to remain professional, but you have been the agent in my child custody case for I don't know how long. You know this family. He was not worried. I have a transcript here of the things you said to that director from the school. I understand things got heated between you both online, but if you are Joey reading those comments, it does raise a few red flags. Okay, the only reason that I said the things that I said, regrettably, in that chat room was because I was being slandered. My family was being attacked. It was very unprofessional on the director's part. It's really hard for me to read those things about my son and my baby's father. So, yeah, I said some things. I was being slandered. Look, I understand your frustration, but this is all policy. We here at the agency have our policies. The school apparently has theirs with their social workers. And I'm sorry for the inconvenience. All right, I just, you're in communication with the school and all that, but the director who started all this and started the pop off at the mouth online, she's been put on administrative leave. This whole thing is her fault. I agree with you, but we here at the agency and your son's school, we've both looked at what happened at Junior's prior school with the stuff that happened there and the fights that occurred on the school premises and stuff. There's a clear domestic thing going on there. So all the school is doing is being precautious in terms of requiring Junior to have a social worker, deal with your family. And I think in your visitation rights custody agreement, it could be a lot worse.
Everything that happened at Junior's school in New York had to do with his baby's father. His baby's father instigated the whole thing. He was put on a no pickup list. So, I tried to avoid conflict at all costs. He's the one that showed up on the school premises and started those things. It was on the show. You can go watch the episode.
Yeah, but there's also been plenty of times where your boyfriend, Junior's stepdad, has been at fault too. So we just want to make sure everything is safe for Junior. That's it. Social work? See, I'm not gone 72 hours and already something happens. I'm getting bad vibes, Miranda. I'm just gonna head home.
Oh, Brian, I know how big of a deal this is for you at work. You've been wanting to do this for years with your shop. You don't need to come back. I'm good. Everything's fine. It's not like child services. It's just a school social worker.
Miranda, it's not just you and Junior anymore. We have our daughter and...
I really just think that it's good to have the space right now. You know? With everything going on, space is a good thing. Maybe it'll be good for you. I've been very hard on you, but you were really good during my pregnancy, very attentive, and you've been on for 9 months straight. Maybe a little mini vacation could help you.
I'll stay on my trip. But please, don't let any drama come near my daughter.
Your daughter?
What's that supposed to mean?
She's our daughter, Brian. Our daughter.
Right. Sorry. Wow, so 2 weeks ago, Miranda, with these visitation rights, has my sister bring my son, and now she has her mom doing the visitation rights. I know she's on maternity leave and just had a baby, but this kind of blows my mind. Towards the end of Miranda's pregnancy, preeclampsia almost killed her. My grandchildren are lucky to have a mother right now. She's at home with her newborn daughter, and all you're doing is still causing problems. The last thing she needed was to have to deal with the school and a social worker. Hey, I know having a family social worker might be a little awkward, but I also know my ex-wife has terrible postpartum, and I worry about my son's safety in those conditions. I don't know whether or not Brian can look after my son, although they named him stepfather in that stupid stepfather provision. But I know my ex-wife, and I worry for my son's safety. So I think a social worker, I think that was a really good decision on the school's part. Looking back, the only reason her postpartum was as bad as it was with Junior was because of you. You always made her life a living hell, even when she had a newborn in her arms. All right, guys, enough has gone on this week. Can we not do this here? Boys, after all these years of trying to get on the Surfing the Town car show, we did it. Got the shop to be noticed. Feels good to be back on the road. You know I'm busting your balls. Even if you're not her father, you can still be her stepdad, right? Yeah, I guess. Funny stuff, guys. Come on, Brian, don't take it personally. You know we're just pulling your leg. We never get to see you no more. Oh, I know. I just haven't been on the road in a while. I forget how the humor goes. Need to get my thick skin back. Yeah, man. Probably beats staying home wondering if your daughter is actually yours, right? Yeah. Miranda, I'm home.
Brian, why are you home? I told you everything was fine. You should have stayed with your work stuff. I spoke with the school social worker. Everything's fine.
Oh. I'm not home because of that.
Then why are you here? What? What's wrong?
Listen, I've tried to have thick skin. I've tried to let things roll off my back. And I've tried to ignore things. But I can't keep doubting that I'm the father of Charlotte. So we need to talk.